a war surplus store. The guy that owned the store was head of the Ku Klux Klan. And he said to me, "You're a smart guy, Jack. What do you think of the Klan?" I said, "It was a great organization, but it doesn't go far enough. That gets his ear. If you attack, you get nowhere. Do you understand that?" He said to me, "What do you do with the stuff you buy from the war surplus store?" I said, "I have a lab." He said, "Can I see it?" He was so impressed after he saw the lab. He said, "Will you come on down to the Klan meeting and talk to our boys about what you're doing?" I said, "Lou, they wouldn't listen to me." He says, "I'm head of the Klan. I'll get him to listen to you. You win Lou over, then you can talk to them. Do you understand? But if you come at them cold, the free enterprise says, well, the free enterprise system generates incentive." He's been propagandized all his life to believe in that system. The religious priest is brought up all his life to believe in that. So you have to approach them on our level, on their level. I turned 3 priests into agnostics, or atheists. Here's how I did it. When the priest came back to my research center, I said, "Father, I wouldn't wear that cross if I were you." And he said to me, "Why not? God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten Son." That's what they said. I said, "No, that's what man did to Christ. Man crucified him. Long before Jesus, they used to crucify anybody that criticized the system." So I said, the priest says, "I'm confused." I said, "Look, suppose your brother was accused of killing somebody 10 years ago, and they killed him, they hung him. But they find out later that he wasn't even there. He didn't commit the crime. Are you going to wear a thing around your neck with your brother hanging? If that's what man did to him? If you give him the electric chair, are you going to wear a little electric chair on your neck with your brother sitting there, saying he was a nice guy?" So I said, "Don't wear that cross. It has nothing to do with the teachings of Christ." He said, "I'm confused." I said, "All right, you believe God sacrificed his only Son, that others might have eternal life and not perish?" He said, "Yes. But the witnesses in the Bible said Jesus was crucified, he arose and ascended into heaven. Where's the sacrifice?" Do you understand what I'm saying? There's no sacrifice. So they don't know what they're reading. So you have to approach them in their terms. Are you a Christian? Yes. Do you really thou shalt not kill? Well, he says, you got to be realistic. Look, either you believe that or you don't. When a man strikes you, do you turn the other cheek? Do you judge people? It says, "Judge not, lest you be judged," in the Bible. That means don't do jury duty. Don't kill. It says, "Love your enemy." That's what it says. So when Larry King said to me, "What do you think of Christianity?" This is years ago. I said, "It's a wonderful idea. When are they putting it into practice?" I never met a Christian person that behaved that way. So you have to approach them in their terms. Now, if you don't know how to do that, then you practice. I used to raise police dogs years ago to lead the blind. The blind people used to walk with a white stick, and I trained the dogs to lead them down the street and stop at a red light. The dog can't see color, but he can see the change in the light's position. And a sweet old lady, about 60, went over to the dog and said, "What a nice dog." I said, "Lady, I could have trained that dog to tear Japanese soldiers to pieces or lead the blind. The dog is neither good nor bad, depends on where it's coming from." Do you understand? An American soldier that killed Japanese, they don't call them Japanese, they call them slanty-eyed bastards. And Germans are called krauts, sauerkraut. So they don't come look as people, then you can kill them, you know what I mean? So nations kill and murder and bomb and do all the things that you're not allowed to do. If your neighbor bothers you, pain in the ass, and you shoot him, you go to jail for life. If a nation gets rid of another nation, they kill thousands of people and nobody goes to jail. Trying to show you how stupid people are. Stupid means they don't know what they're doing.
I realize that.
Now you have to work out strategies. And when you can't reach other people, it's you that's at fault, not the other people. In other words, if you expect H.G. Wells wrote a book called The Shape of Things to Come. He figured by now the world would learn to live together in peace, and he died very bitter, because he had his own notions of how soon the world would become sane. There was nothing wrong with the world, there was something wrong with H.G. Wells. He assumed that we would be further along. Whatever happens is real, what you think should have happened is not real. So you're always disappointed in your own values. Some girl came to me crying. I said, what's the matter? She said, I sent my boyfriend through medical school. When he became a doctor, he ran off with my best girlfriend. I said, well, what are you crying about? You got rid of a son of a bitch. I said to her, you're a bad judge of people. It doesn't really matter with your boyfriend. He's a perfect son of a bitch. But your expectations of him is what hurt you. You expect after all that, he's going to marry me. Well, that's your own projection. And we project like hell at other people. And that's the problem. It's not the world that hurts you. It's what you expect of the world that hurts you. So once you learn to think more appropriately, you're not as hurt. If a guy comes over and says, I hate all Germans, I said, where are you from? He said, from the United States. Were you ever in the army? He says, you bet. I used to kill crowds. Well, you must understand where he's coming from. So if you hate him, you don't understand what the environment does to people. The environment makes soldiers killing machines. If I had anything to do with it, I would send all soldiers back to school to become problem solvers. How to bridge the difference between nations. How to do away with automobile accidents. How to keep people in physical good health. There'd be no cigarettes available. Nothing that hurt people. You couldn't buy junk food. It wouldn't be available. That's what I mean by caring. If a person tells me they're spiritual, what do you mean by spiritual? If they tell me nothing, it's just a verbal hobby. I want to know what they mean. If they, to do away with armies, navies, to give all people education whether they can afford it or not, health care, then I understand what they mean by spiritual. The person sounds spiritual. Always ask them, what do you mean by spiritual? Are you a Christian? Person, yes. I mean, you don't believe in killing them? Oh, wait a while. In other words, you'll find out what they are by getting them to define their terms. The person is, why don't people just behave nicely to one another? How would you get people to do that? I don't know. Then shut up. If you don't have to do anything about it, when people go to a doctor, they don't want to know that they got cancer of the fifth lumbar. They want to know what can you do about it. And I said, well, there's nothing you can do. So then shut up. You have nothing to offer. You understand what I mean? People come to me all the time and say, I've come to help the Venus Project. I says, good. How would you prevent cars from hitting one another? I don't know. How would you prevent forest fires? Lightning strikes? I don't know. How can you grow more food to feed? I don't know. And you go back to school, and when you learn how to do these, come back. You can't help the Venus Project unless you know how to do these things. You understand what I'm saying? Otherwise, people have a verbal hobby. They talk about God, religion, not enough kindness in the world. How would you generate kindness? I don't know. Then shut up. Unless you know how to do it. You understand? Yep. Okay. So you understand me better. 2 airplanes hit midair when I was at Wright Field. And people were standing there, oh my God, they're falling, and I hope they bail out or something. I ran to the hangar, got a jeep, put a fire extinguisher, and went out, and by the time the plane hit the ground, I was there with a fire extinguisher. That's the way I say I care. Not, oh my God, the plane is falling, I hope they bail out. That is verbal horseshit. You understand? If a woman's children are trapped in a car, and gasoline is spilling out, she says, oh my God, I can't open the door, my children are in the car, that's emotion. If she takes a stone, breaks the window, takes the kids out, that's emotions converted to action. That's all we're interested in. What do you do? To criticize a country without offering a possible alternative is nothing. We have to be more spiritual. We have to bring out the spiritual in each person. All that's verbal bullshit, unless you know how to do that.
Okay, this is just